I feel like time is running out. When people say that concerning crypto, I think people get the timeline or time scale wrong. When I say time is running out, doesn't mean you have 10, 20 minutes. I just mean, you know, we are at the precipice of something great. And the time is running out in that the time to accumulate crypto is ticking, right? Um, People don't have infinite money. People don't have infinite disposable income. People need to get, the people that work and get wages weekly, monthly, people need to wait till month end. People need to clear their bills, pay debt, blah, 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 do all their budgeting for the next month, and then see if they have something left over to dollar cost average. So people don't necessarily have a stash waiting by to jump into something. People accumulate over time. So if something is going to change in 3 months, for instance, let's say we're going to get, I don't know, in 5 months or maybe sometime in December, we're going to get a God candle that's going to take XRP to $100, right? People that accumulate every month based on, the small amount of disposable income or investment income that they have only have 5 months to go, which means they only have five lots of, $100 or whatever it is that they have left. That's what time is running out means. Now, if you're a millionaire and you have, $10 million just sitting in Tether or whatever, ready to FOMO into stuff, then most of these messages don't apply to you anyway. I mean, you're already rich anyway, right? But you get my drift. So when it comes to dollar cost averaging, the average Joe blogs on the street needs accumulation time. And that time, unfortunately, is running out. We don't have years anymore. Back in 2017, we had nearly a decade to accumulate. I mean, we still have time in that the price of things like Bitcoin and XRP would appreciate nearly forever going forward. But these are the times when we can get them sub $10, sub $5, whatever. And millionaires are made in the early days, not when the pump actually begins. The people who bought at 20 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, 1 cent, these are the people that right now are already millionaires and going forward are going to become billionaires, right? If they play their cards right, if they haven't sold when XRP crossed the $1 mark or Bitcoin crossed the $10 mark, whatever, right? So I feel like people need to recalibrate in their heads what words mean and what's urgent, what's not. So again, if you only have a year to go, you have 12 lots of $100. Time has run out for you, right? It is what it is. Unless you come by some extra money all of a sudden, then you can't really participate even if you wanted to. I've been looking at the news a little bit and I see that Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump seem to be talking. There seem to be some possibilities of some negotiation happening. The whole 9 days or 10 days thing obviously was just bravado. I'm sure that the diplomats called themselves after the program to diffuse whatever might happen. You have these two guys with giant egos going after each other. I mean, Putin was pretty much silent. It probably even didn't respond as far as I can see. But obviously in the back, they're actual diplomats probably just calling each other, sitting around a table, trying to figure out what to do. I saw that there might be some sort of land swap thing that might happen, and then that would give everyone a good sort of exit possibility, blah, blah, blah. But whatever happens with that, and the tariffs and sanctions or what have you, that's going to have a direct effect on the price of the market via Wall Street and their behavior towards risky stocks like tech stocks, which again is still associated with Bitcoin, even now in big 2025. Crazy times. In terms of Ripple, they're just making moves all over the place. They bought yet another company just, I think, yesterday. And the news is going to come out probably on Monday. I'm going to cover that probably. That does real world assets tokenization. They have a license in a different part of the world. Again, tentacles sunken into that part of the world to do real world assets. They're just marching on. Ripple doesn't care about macro events. They don't care about the price of XRP. I mean, they care in the long run, but they don't care about the current fluctuations or whatever. They're doing what they need to do. The legal thing is out of the way. I think everyone's just decided, it's just not worth belabeling that. I don't think Ripple actually got what they wanted because Annalisa Torres didn't actually edit her decision, but they've probably decided, you know what, the price is going to go sky high anyway. We've got all these licenses that are going to supersede whatever it is that, sales to corporate people registered, blah, blah, blah. We just do all that anyway. We've got a team of lawyers that can sort that out. And with the license, the charter license as a bank in the United States, that's going to supersede all that stuff anyway, right? They're going to have, the right to settle. They're going to have connection to FedWire. They're going to have, almost not central bank, but a major bank status in that, they're going to be able to settle transactions in the country. So if you can do that, why do you care so much about selling XRP on the securities to companies? Those companies would need to buy those XRP tokens anyway. So they're going to either buy on the market, buy OTC somehow or the other. Who knows? Maybe, they've already bought on escrow and then they're going to retrospectively register as securities. Who knows what they're doing in the back? What's important is us, the average retail people, me personally, not financial advice, of course, do your own research, just carry on doing what I'm doing, which is what always works. It's worked for years, and it's dollar cost average and hodl, right? Already portfolio looking good in bright green, even though the price of XRP has dipped a little bit, being Sunday. Obviously, everything dipped a little bit. Who knows what happens tomorrow? News comes out usually on Mondays, something amazing. Again, we get a pump. Doesn't make any difference to me. My portfolio is looking nice and green because we're way above my average cost. For some people, it's not like that. And the closer we get to the all-time highs, the Korean all-time highs, the more most people are going to be in profit. I think the vast majority of the army or the XRP community now, the holders, the vast majority are actually in the green at the moment, unless you bought at previous all-time highs. But most people are in the green. A lot of people are still putting those very long trades, futures, 100Xs. So the danger of that dip that people talked about last week is still there, unfortunately, because everyone is excessively enthusiastic and bullish about XRP. And now that the legal hurdle has been taken away, I think even more people are excited about XRP and even more people are bullish about XRP, and the long orders are sitting there and the whales and exchanges are salivating at these delicious longs, and they might be looking to liquidate them sooner rather than later. To be honest with you, I don't have any longs at the moment. I just have spot XRP. So when it comes to the ETFs are coming, right? The Japan ETF application, when that gets approved, we're going to see ETF money coming from the East. Eventually, spot ETFs will be approved also in the United States. Against all odds, you can see that the corporations are actually doing pretty well with Ethereum ETFs. The buyers are buying, the inflows are coming. And I saw the Ethereum price, go over $4,000 a couple of days ago, and it's doing pretty well against even the background of FUD that's going around. If ETFs can move Ethereum, trust me, ETFs are going to do very well for XRP. So all I can say is, drink some coffee, drink some tea, or whatever it is that you like. If you're in Europe, if you're in the UK, the weather is absolutely insane. Today, get outside, get some air. Don't worry about the FUD. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I'm actually going to central London today because a very important building for me is closing down permanently to be replaced by soulless metal and glass. So I'm going to take some pictures, take some video clips of the place for memory's sake, because I have some very fond memories in that building. And I think it's pretty much a shame that it's closing down, but that's London for you. That's the UK for you. Everything is changing. The government needs to make money. The council's decided that that whole area needs to be rejuvenated. I think it's a big mistake because, anyway, I'll talk about it if I make a video over there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.